I have in front of me Ubiquiti UniFi UAP-AC-PRO wireless access point. It's available with free delivery from freetv.ie. The basic idea is that you input a network LAN cable and you're able to rebroadcast Wi-Fi signal directly with this unit here. So you can see the unit itself. So you can mount it either on a wall or a ceiling. So what I'm going to do is just quickly show what's happening here. So in terms of the key parts of the kit is you have a wireless PoE injector here, okay? So the idea with the PoE injector is you'd have a LAN cable coming in, we'll say from your network switch or router, and then you have a cable coming back out and it's PoE. So the idea of that is that it has both the network signal and also the power to power this unit directly off this single unit here. And you can run that typically, we'll say the LAN cable's not come with it, but maybe a 5 or a 10 meter cable, something like that. What we have at this point here then is we have the unit, and where we run it in here, well, we can run our LAN connection directly in here. So you can see there's a LAN port here. As well as that, there's a USB port there as well. Now when we go to run the cable in, we'll see there's a little clip here. If we're running the cable directly up into it, we can actually just pull this off here with the plastic cover, and if we're not using that port, we have it mounted another way from above or something like that, you can leave that cover in position. And what we have here is we have the actual port thing here for giving our IP rating out, okay, and that's what makes it suitable for indoor or outdoor use. In fact, we can mount it quite neatly there. So when it comes to the actual mounting of it, how are we going to do it? Well, just say we come along and we had a ceiling tile. What we do is we take down the ceiling tile, we put this metal plate above it, we'd line this base up underneath with it, line up the holes, and we'd use these plugs and screws here, which will screw straight through, and what we have then is we have the base extremely securely mounted to a suspended ceiling tile. So that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it, if we're mounting it on a wall, we'd simply not use this plate here at all. We'd come along and use these plates here, and we'd have our plugs and our screws mount this unit onto the wall, so it'll be flush to the wall. And what we can do once we have it lined up like that is we can actually just come along and we have it lined up in such a manner that we can actually, if you can see here, if I actually twisted this around here now, it'll lock it into position. So it's lovely like that. So if we had that onto the wall, we could push the thing up to it, push it and twist it, and it'll lock it quite tightly in. To get it back off afterwards actually is quite difficult. So it just gives a very, very tight fitting on it. So it sits really well with our overall range of access points, things like this. These ones here are popular simply because they're extremely discreet. The setup on them is extremely simple, and you can often see multiple units of these mounted across, we'll say, a hotel, pub, large sports area, something like that, and it just gives a consistent Wi-Fi signal. So that's it, an overview of the Ubiquiti UniFi UAP-AC-PRO wireless access point.